The story over this season has focused mainly on Savathun's worm and some small additional subplots like Crow and Mara's interactions. Something most may not have looked into enough is Xivu Arath's connection in all of this. Savathun mentions her, but lore and dialogue from Astral and Shattered Realm bring up some warning signs. Warning signs that could change the tide of the story for Witch Queen and even the conclusion to this season. Near the beginning of this season, we learn that Caiatl and her Cabal were battling Xivu Arath's forces near the edge of the reef. Now this is super important because we know that Xivu destroyed the Cabal homeworld, or at least one of their worlds. This is why Caiatl left in the first place and came here to Earth to meet Zavala. Their home was destroyed, and on board their ship they said, instead of fighting humanity and trying to take over, let's just try and make an alliance with them. So you can see for sure that the Cabal definitely would want some revenge against these Hive enemies. Caiatl's war games will keep Xivu Arath occupied while we focus on recovering our lost Techians, Mara says. She uses the point of the knife to trace the longest line along her palm. Neither will be able to launch a full-scale attack on the Dreaming City while the other is at their throat. Savathun first, ventures Petra. Mara's stoic facade cracks. She looks down at the blade, at the twin kestrels, and sees something in her own reflection that unsettles her. Savathun first, she agrees, sheathing the weapon so she doesn't have to think about it. So reading that, it makes it seem like the plan is to deal with Xivu after Savathun's worm is removed. In the Hothead lore card, we see Zavala meeting with some Cabal who have a question for him. Now apparently they're going to relay the answer that Zavala gives them to Caiatl. So they were sort of sent out for this little meeting, and a scion shows Zavala a vision of the Dreaming City in ruins. Here's what they have to say. Zavala wearily approached the scion. As it stared into him with its single eye, Zavala felt his ears ring. His hand went to his sidearm, but a vision sprang to his mind, vivid and fully formed. Zavala saw the Dreaming City. He saw Cabal ships filling the sky, spewing oily smoke. Then, an explosion, a sea of explosions, violent red and black with the fury of planet killers. Unmakers, but concentrated, refined, perfect for the size of the task at hand. He saw death for all in the Dreaming City, bodies face down in the crystal grid of their palace. Marasov, Petravenge, Corsairs, countless awoken, collateral. For at the bottom of the crater was the shattered body of a crystal-bound Hive god, destroyed at her most vulnerable moment, her trickery silenced forever. Then a war, yes, probably, but a small one, and behind it, blood on two pairs of hands, too willing to pay the price for peace. No, Zavala broke the scion's gaze and the vision stopped abruptly. So from this card, it would appear the vision included the Dreaming City being bombed. Zavala saw tons of awoken dead, including their most prominent in Mara and Petra, and from this explosion, a crater with the body of Savathun in the middle. So from this we can gather that the Cabal, given they're relaying this vision, wanted to bomb the Dreaming City. So Zavala says no to this, meaning that he wouldn't want this to happen if that was the Cabal's plan. But this brings up the question of what will happen before Witch Queen, possibly at the end of this season. It would seem that Caiatl was obviously planning something, right?
If things don't go as expected with the ritual, we should consider calling on Empress Caiatl. After the destruction of her homeworld, she has more cause to fight Xivu Arath than anyone.
It's true. And we know that if Xivu Arath has her way, Earth and the Reef will be next.
A big part of Destiny's storytelling is revealing these villains in advance so the plot can build up over time and so that you sort of know what's going to be on the horizon. You can start to form a relationship with that character, so when you finally meet them in the expansion, it feels worth it. It isn't some new bad guy that you just met and is already killed off. This of course is the case with Savathun and also her sister Xivu, and this timeline may be nearing its end when Witch Queen approaches.
Then we'll use the blind well to tear open a rift and send you through to find them. Xivu Arath is desperate to capture her sister. Her forces, which now include the Taken, will attempt to stop you at every turn.
In a card, Saladin says, "There have been developments in the Dreaming City regarding Xivu Arath you should be aware of." So we have Caiatl fighting near the reef, Saladin alerting of Xivu's presence, and how it connects straight to the Dreaming City.
The Hive sought to create a breachway between this realm and Xivu Arath's throne world? I am uncertain such a ritual could have succeeded. Xivu Arath must be desperate to stop Savathun. How unfortunate for her.
Now, thanks to the Festival of the Lost Sparrow and the season quest, we also know that Crow would go to Venus and also meet with Caiatl aboard one of her command ships. So I don't really have anything further on that. Maybe if we see the Cabal help us in some way, Crow could appear, but just wanted to mention that.
If you want to be reassigned, I can do that. But maybe you need to take some time first.
If I stop moving right now, I'm afraid I'm going to fall apart at the seams. I need to keep moving, but I can't do that here. I need to be as far away from her as possible.
Would you mind working with someone you know?
Who?
I need an operative to act as an intermediary with Empress Caiatl. It's an important responsibility. Maybe we could discuss it in person.
I'll be at the tower soon.
So this is going to be big as it unfolds in the coming weeks and months leading up to Witch Queen. Savathun is turning away from the old ways of the Hive. She wants the power of the light, and it would seem her sister Xivu is hunting her down for this reason, being led by that voice in the darkness and wanting to end her sister once and for all.
If the blind well falls, our enemies could use it to gain access to all ley lines.
Aren't they in the Ascended Realms around here already?
You misunderstand. All ley lines, everywhere. Xivu Arath's forces filling the veins of reality, moving across the galaxy in a heartbeat. An infection of war.
Then I will defend the blind well with all I have.
The attacks against the blind well have become stronger lately.
Is Xivu Arath trying to rescue Savathun?
Xivu Arath has plans for her sister. They do not involve a rescue.
Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you think is going to happen for the conclusion of this season and how Witch Queen may begin. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade, and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.